first question, and I don't know whether my panelists are there. I can see they've deserted me. The first question is, does the company recognize new startups that are involved in R&D of new technologies in the field of ICT? I can answer this question. So our CIO100 Award is a demand, we call it a demand side award, meaning it's not awarding vendors. If the startup is the one that is using whatever they're producing, then that can be, you can apply and you'll be considered. But if you're selling that technology or deploying it to another organization, then it's the other organization that you need to nominate. It's a demand side award. So Maxwell is saying, as CIO, if you think your job is systems, think again. Is digital a function that requires resources? Is digital a set of technology solutions? Is digital a new P&L? Is it a strategy? Do we need a chief digital officer? What is that person's background? Where do they report? Okay, so these are many questions, but I think the message here is the role of the CIO has really evolved. And there's new roles that are coming up, like the CDO, the Chief Digital Officer. And I think this is something that we've been discussing over and over again within CIO, that CIOs are supposed to think business. It's not about you thinking about wires, cables, and servers anymore. It's how do you align technology with the business. I think that is a message from Maxwell's question. How do evaluators compare projects from different verticals? Like in my case, I have done a lot of cybersecurity projects. How will that be compared against, say, e-commerce projects from other companies?
Yes, to answer your question, this is how we normally do it. The focus of, when it comes to analysis, we look at the process, what you have in place, regardless of the type of the project, and the result. We would expect that during the submission, you've given us an overview of what the intended result was vis-a-vis what the project is actually achieving. So that's what we use to measure what was intended and what is it achieving. Those two parameters will cut across, whether it's e-commerce, cybersecurity, whichever type of project it is. So that becomes the standard across.
Yeah, I think as Sam has said, so it's not about the vertical. As I said earlier, for it to be able to be evaluated properly, it's the business value that then determines how your application plays. So it can be in the cybersecurity space, it could be in the e-commerce, it doesn't matter. It goes by what you demonstrate, the solid metrics that then you provide, the examples you provide, how tangible the outcome is, that then makes the determining factor. So that's what we normally look at from a judging process.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yeah.
The next question is from Paul Gethuka. Please talk about education sector. I don't know what you want us to talk about, Paul, but yes, the education sector is also, we welcome applications from the sector. And this is one area that has been very interesting. Actually, we've seen secondary schools applying more than actually universities. This is a very interesting area. I think last year, but one, Alliance High School came tops in the education sector on how they were using technology within the school. So yeah, we get applications from the education sector across the board, from the ministries to schools to universities. So yes, I don't know whether that's what you're asking, but feel free to drop another question if that's not what you wanted to hear. Then the next question is, do you do character check on the nominees? So I'm assuming here and this is from Joseph Oko. I'm assuming here, Joseph, that you're asking whether we do character check on the CIO of the year, or maybe the leadership award that we give. So for the CIO of the year, we do not do character check, but we sort of outsource that role to their peers, and that is one of the reasons actually we brought in the peer. It's almost like a peer review, so that because if somebody has been dodgy dealing within the industry, then their peers will know, and they won't vote for him to be CIO of the year. So I think that's what we do, but we don't go into checking whether this person has a clearing certificate from CID. we don't do that. The next one is from Priraksha. I am from DRC, Lubumbashi. Can I nominate myself, or this is only for East Africa? I'm sorry. This is mostly for East Africa, but what we do is we keep on expanding, because until 2 years ago, we were only doing Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda and Burundi, 5 countries. 2 years ago, we included Ethiopia into the fold. So what I would say is we look at critical mass. We haven't really reached out to our brothers and sisters in DRC, but as we keep on engaging, probably, you never know, maybe next year we'll have DRC as one of the companies that we look at. Paul Njuguna, on +1 award, how about exceptional projects and one else in the industry participate in the category? And one else in the industry participate in the board. Some of us are very persuasive to the board for funding, others are not. I am not really understanding this question, but I think you're asking whether we need another project in +1 for exceptional projects. So the +1 awards, how we rate them, or rather how we come up with them, because you find that in each year the industries that we cover change, and that is purely based on the submissions we receive. As I said earlier, if we get 2 submissions from an industry, it's not ethical to actually rank them. So we need to there's a threshold in which we need to have applications in a certain industry for us to rank a +1. So that's what I can say about that. But please feel free to reach out to the team if you have other ideas on how we can improve the +1 award. I think when I look at the question and answer, I think we've answered those. Let me see if there's any other questions on the chat. No, I don't think there's any other question that we haven't captured. So I want to just give Elizabeth and Sam one minute, because we have 2 minutes, 1 minute each to summarize, then we will close off. Elizabeth, you can start. Just unmute yourself.
All right. I think the one thing I want to summarize is nominate. But as you nominate, keep it simple. Keep it short, sweet, simple, and precise. Don't scatter around the bush. Tell us about your innovation. Give us the examples, please. I just want us. I have a story to say. There were two naughty boys who used to be vindicated when there were issues in some estate somewhere. So every time there was a problem, it was either one of those little boys. So one day the parents of those boys got tired, and then they took the boys to the religious person or the priest. And when they were in the room, so one boy entered the room, and then the priest asked the boy, "Have you seen God?" Then the boy looked at the priest and wondered, "What do you mean?" The priest asked again, "Have you seen God?" So this boy came out of that office. He ran away completely and hid somewhere. Then the other boy who was waiting to be interviewed by the priest also ran away. But do you know why they ran away? When they met, they started saying, hey, now God is missing. They think it is us who's taken God. So why I'm saying that, so why I'm saying that is just simply these boys did not understand the question that the priest was asking. So even you, as you then put in a nomination, please make sure that you make it simple, clear, and very easy for us, the judge, to understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this session. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us. We want to really position IT leadership where it's supposed to be, integral part of a business or an organization. So please, let's work with us so that, when profits are being announced, the CIO or the IT director is also on that press conference, not just the CFO, because you play a big role in making sure that the business stays alive. You play a big role in making sure that those products go out, those products are sold. You play a massive role in making sure that your customers know what you do. So don't shy away. Let's profile you. Let's make sure that everybody knows that there's a CIO within your business. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very, very good afternoon or evening.